Today I want to talk about Audible Elegance, who I am, and truly give some real honor to people who deserve it in the industry. And that we really do have a sense of humor. I have to start off by saying my great gratitude to Gary Warzin, who was the president of Audiophile Systems, who was really the original importer of HiFi to the United States. And Gary was kind of unique because he had a real perspective on what we're doing. And our goal, here is to bring happiness and joy to people's lives. And Gary understood that so well. And he had a good perspective because, you see, Gary was an air traffic controller before he decided to become a distributor of HiFi products. And his expression for what is important and what is not in seriousness was that, unless it's a plane you're trying to land that's on fire, it's not that important. And I think that's a really good perspective for what we do. We're trying to bring happiness and enjoyment to people's lives. And certainly we can be very serious about the job that we're doing. But the perspective that we try to keep here is that the bottom line is that enjoyment is not as important as other serious events in your life. I've gone through that recently with my wife having a heart transplant. And while things went for the first 3 months, she suddenly developed problems, and I spent the next 9 months dealing with events where she almost died 6 times. And when you talk about family and life and events like that, those are important. Those really are. Music is very secondary to that. But if you're going to do music very well, do it right. So I want to, again, give Gary Warzin his real kudos that he's deserved. He's been out of my life now for 17 years, and I truly miss him. Now, our humor in the audio industry oftentimes is subtle, and sometimes it's not. One of the funniest ones that happened to me occurred in Las Vegas, which at that time I was well known in the industry for the early stages of home theater. And at that moment, Snell Acoustics was combining with Ampro in the video projectors, 3-gun projectors. That gives you a little bit of dating, I suppose. Doing a presentation of THX in high definition, which a year or two before, we were the first dealer in the United States to do a public display of this. We did it downtown in the Cincinnati Convention Center, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So when I appeared at the show, I was told I had to wait because there was a special seat for me, which happened to be perfectly located in the center of the room, the ideal listening position, but it was also directly underneath the projector. And once I was invited to sit down in what I thought was, they were treating me to the premium position to listen. The presenter introduced me to the entire room as to who I was and where I was sitting. And then he followed it up with the great humor. He goes, "Now, as many of you may not know, Lou Hamilton is a former attorney. So in the event that the projector should fail and collapse to the floor, we wanted to make certain that he was the recipient of catching the projector." And that's the type of humor we pull on each other. It's an industry full of fun. needless to say, I was, deeply beat red with that one, but it was brilliant. And so we do have fun amongst ourselves, because as serious as we take what we do, we also know that there's a lot more in life as well. So please, when you look at my videos, please understand that we're serious about what we do, but we do have a perspective of ultimately what is truly important. And we didn't try to avoid getting so wrapped up in what we present or how we present it, to fail to remember that this is all about fun, and that's what we try to bring to people's lives. And we've got some fun stuff coming up that we want to show you about how much music means to people. So it's more or less, you're welcome here, and the whole point of coming here is fun. So enjoy our website, ask your questions. I'm more than happy to answer what I can. Sometimes I won't have the answer, and if I don't, I don't. Enjoy the other YouTube videos that I'm talking about things in a very direct and professional manner, at least from my perspective. And hopefully all of this information helps you enjoy the music even more. So thank you for your time.